very good day full of very good memories?
Hey, you too. It's gonna be a good day on trail.
It's a very good day to make new friends.
Hell yeah.
So have some good memories, my friend.
Family, if you will. Trail family, get it? Trail.
Good morning, campers. And I think I shared with you the number one thing that can make or break your backpacking trip is a pack that's too heavy, your overpack. That can just ruin your day. So pack light, you'll have a good day. Number two, I shared with you, was a camp pillow is always a nice thing to have, one of the self-inflatables. And number three thing that will absolutely make your day, still waking up, is a nice, hot, strong cup of coffee first thing in the morning. So good morning. And my new friend is on her way. Glide is on her way, and we're wishing her luck. And she is almost to the halfway point of the AT, and she is headed all the way up to Mount Katahdin to do an entire through hike, and that is absolutely admirable. And so, Glide, if you watched the video, it was super nice meeting you, and I know you made it. And she'll be headed up to the AT museum that we were just at yesterday. But just checking in for the morning, and I'm going to continue heading south. Those of you who've never hiked the Appalachian Trail, we have these hut log books, and I will put my entry in for the day. And we're here at Birch Run Shelter, and I picked up my patrons and friends some nice postcards to send to them when I reach a mailbox. And I haven't posted any updates on my social networks because where I am, there's absolutely no cell phone reception, and I won't have cell phone reception for probably another 6 or 7 miles, and I'm not really sure if I will. Once I get to the reservoir, down to the lake, there will be cell phone reception. And as always, if you're tuning in, thanks for tuning in. And this is one of my favorite shelters. Me and my buddy the professor come here often. We were stuck here in some cold rain a couple of years ago, sat around playing checkers and commiserating. But my bunk for the night, and it was okay. I had a little bit of rough sleeping last night, and my blanket kept me kind of warm, and I eventually threw my gum blanket over me, and that did the trick. It was a really pleasantly, really nice, chilly, cold night last night. It must have been below 60. And I got pretty cold a couple of times, even though I was using my Civil War wool blanket. I threw that gum blanket over me and I was good to go, but first night's always a rough night. And now the last time I was here at this shelter a couple of years ago, they had a creepy old outhouse up there that they have demolished, and they have built this brand new amazing style and privy, which this is one of the nicest privies I've ever seen. And so this is a pretty styling place to camp. You know, it's not too far from the highway, but this is a really, you knew I just had to show you the shitter, right? But this is really like, for me, this is not roughing it. This is like camping it style. And there's rhododendrons everywhere up there. If you're someone who has shared my recent videos before I departed, before I embarked on this test hike, this trial hike, because I want to turn this into a charitable effort for Finish MS. I'd love to be, my goal is to be doing sections of the AT for the Finish MS program to benefit multiple sclerosis research. But if you're someone who has shared my videos and my posts about this mission of mine, thank you so much, especially Cody up in New York. Thanks for being such a, for giving me such good support, and for, you know, really supporting what I'm trying to do. You know, and if you're somebody who has messaged me or shared my posts, you know, with the end goal of benefiting others. Thanks so much for doing that. It's a sight, isn't it? Crisp and clean and lots of caffeine. It's probably my favorite spring in the area here at Birch Run. Got my water for the day. I got my 2 liters, and that will be all the water that I will have for almost 48 hours, probably about 36 hours, because all day today I will not come across another water source. So that water's got to last me for coffee, make my dinner tonight. And Pennsylvania is chock full of natural springs, and I've drank from this spring a million times and I've never gotten ill or anything. But I do use tablets to purify my water. But again, good morning to y'all. I'm gonna get moving on. And so this is likely a conservation effort to get under control the invasive species known as the ash borer. And if invasive species like that aren't gotten under control, something similar to the 1950s, 60s, 70s, and 80s could happen, where when the Japanese beetle was introduced to the United States from the cherry blossoms that the Japanese had gifted us prior to Pearl Harbor. Those Japanese beetles almost defoliated the entire Blue Ridge Mountains. And it took the better part of 50 years for us to get that defoliation and invasive species under control. And so when you're traveling abroad and you see those signs at the airport and they say, don't bring home souvenirs, this is why. So be smart. Leave plant species, insect species, what have you, in the environment where they belong. Good morning.
Oh, you mean, okay.
You have a very good rest of your hike.
Me too.
Always meet nice, friendly people on the trail.